Dears, welcome to English classes at Radhika Rinesh. Today we are going to discuss the first chapter, that is the Indian Constitution Defended and Interpreted, which is taken from the VAC course, that is value added course for the science students. This lesson is telling about the Indian Constitution, how it is drafted, and what were the challenges while drafting the Indian Constitution, etc. So we have to explore the coming slides. At first, we have to introduce Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the person who was behind the Indian Constitution or the chairman of the drafting committee, and he is the speaker of this speech. So, who is B.R. Ambedkar? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the principal architect of the Indian Constitution. We all know that he was the principal means the chief architect of the Indian Constitution, or the man behind the Indian Constitution. His concluding speech to the Constituent Assembly was delivered on 25th November 1949. So this speech is given as our first chapter, in which Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is telling about the Indian Constitution. He emphasized constitutional morality, democratic ethics, and social justice. So, what is meant by constitutional morality? That is, as India is a very traditional country, our constitution has strictly followed a kind of constitutional morality. It should be fit to the Indian context. Then democratic ethics, it is mainly based on democracy. Um, it is not at all based on dictatorship, but it is purely based on democracy, and it hailed all the democratic ethics. And social justice, liberty, equality, and freedom are ensured by the Indian Constitution to each and every people of India. He warned against hero worship and democratic complacency. Uh, he is telling about dictatorship is a kind of hero worship. In a country like India, hero worship is there, or rulers are even worshipped as heroes, and they are being worshipped as gods. So it is dangerous according to B.R. Ambedkar. Anyway, we are going to practice a democratic practice democratic principles in future. This was the assurance given by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his speech. The speech serves as a vital guide for a just and inclusive society. Anyway, this speech on the Indian Constitution ensures inclusivity. That is what is meant by inclusivity or inclusiveness. Inclusiveness means including all kinds of people, including all religions, all classes, all genders to the Indian Constitution. All are equal before the law according to the Indian Constitution. This was the assurance given by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his speech, which was held on 25th November 1949 at the Constituent Assembly. At first, as a good leader, Ambedkar is acknowledging or recognizing the contributions made by certain people to the Indian Constitution. At first, he is thanking Sir B.N. Rao for the initial draft of the Constitution. That is, that is, this person B.N. Rao has worked a lot while the drafting of the Constitution. Then he praises S.N. Mukherjee for his dedication in drafting the Constitution. He remembers the drafting committee worked tirelessly, often past midnight. All the members were very enthusiastic while the drafting of the Constitution. Congress party's discipline helped ensure orderly proceedings. He is thanking the Congress party than the ruling party of India, because the party had its own discipline that helped in drafting the constitution. Rebels in the assembly contributed valuable ideological insights, because with the criticism, that is Ambedkar and his group, tried to polish the constitution very much. They polished, or they reformed the constitution into a perfect one. He is telling about the Indian constitution. Ambedkar tells that a good constitution may fail if implemented by bad people. So only the good people can implement or practice a good constitution. Otherwise, the constitution will itself be a bad one. With the malpractices or with the misinterpretations of the constitution. Then he is telling about the political parties. Political parties and citizens are crucial to democracy's success, because people are very important and their parties are also be very important, because the ruling party is determining the future or the fate of the nation, because the party will naturally be selected by the people according to the democratic norms and rules. We know that people have complete freedom to select or to vote the leaders. So the political parties are very important, and citizens are also very important in a democratic country like India. He warned against using revolutionary methods like civil disobedience. Okay, and Ambedkar is telling about revolutions, and we know that India has got freedom through some non-violence, uh, non-violence and some methods like civil disobedience and so on. And he is completely against the bloodshed revolutions. Especially he is telling about the Communist Party, who demanded a kind of the dictatorship of proletariat in the constitution, but it is not practical in a democratic country. Here there is no dictatorship can be introduced. The people are the ruling powers, or Ambedkar is telling that the people will select the rulers. Then there is no importance in bloodshed. He advocated for constitutional means to achieve goals. Through constitution, we can achieve our goals, or we can achieve our target. Okay, target means to make India as a developed country. That is, this is the main target of the Indian constitution. Then all the people should get equal rights and justice. Unconstitutional methods are the grammar of anarchy. We know that grammar of anarchy, that is, if we are not at all following constitution, what will happen? A kind of anarchy will be there. What is meant by anarchy? Anarchy means a place where there is no leader at all, where there is no ruling power or rules at all. And this will cause a lot of damage, or this will cause a lot of illegal activities in that country, and this is very dangerous. So if we are not at all following the constitution very strictly, and there will be an anarchy in this country, and this won't happen. Or Ambedkar, as the person or the chief architect of the Indian constitution, is not at all allowing India to become the grammar of anarchy. Ambedkar is always aware of the tendency of hero worship by the Indians. He is lending the words of John Stuart Mill, because he has cautioned against surrendering liberties to great men. Uh, that is, it is not at all very positive in surrendering our liberties, our all our freedom in front of a great man. That is, we should not do that because it will cause damage to our freedom. He noted that, Ambedkar noted that India's unique tendency for political hero worship. Then in our Puranas or in our traditional books, we have seen that the Indians are worshipping the leaders or the rulers. This should not be happen in a country like India because we are strictly following democracy. Hero worship will uh, hero worship will uh, make us slaves because we are surrendering all our liberties to our heroes. This will make us slaves instead. Hero worship in politics can lead to dictatorship. If a person is being praised for a long period of time by a large group of people, what will happen? That is, this person or this leader will become a dictator. This won't be or this won't do any good to the society. Bhakti in religion may be virtuous, but it is dangerous in politics. We should be very devoted to our gods, not to our leaders, according to Ambedkar. In politics, hero worship is very dangerous. It will lead our country to dictatorship rather than democracy. So we should have to discourage the tendency of hero worship in politics. Liberty must never be compromised, even for great leaders. That is, we should possess our liberty, our freedom as the pupil of our eyes. We should not surrender it to any other person, even to our great leaders. Now, Ambedkar is delving deeper into the Indian Constitution. Here he is telling about the political democracy versus social democracy. What is meant by political democracy and how it is differed from social democracy. He emphasized the need for social democracy. In society, each and everyone should be equal. Politically, we are practicing democracy because we are selecting our rulers or leaders through democracy. Is social democracy is there in India? Do all we get liberty, equality and fraternity? Because these are the three important stones or important things regarding democracy. Everyone, each and every citizen should possess liberty, equality and fraternity. They should go hand in hand. Without fraternity, liberty and equality are fragile. What is meant by fraternity? All people are our brothers or sisters. All Indians are our brothers and sisters. This consciousness is known as fraternity. Only this consciousness or this notion is there in our mind. We can practice or we will have liberty and equality. Otherwise, these two things will be absent from our mind as well as from the society. So, uh, at present, at the time of independence or at the time of drafting the Indian Constitution, what was the situation? The Indian society lacks social and economic equality. We know that socially we are unequal. All people are not at all equal in India. In the case of liberty and equality also. In economic equality, what is the case of economic equality? Whether our Indians have economic equality even after 80 years. What is the condition? Even now, people of India lack economic equality. Then political democracy cannot survive without social justice. And he is telling or he is stressing upon social justice. All people are equal before law. Everyone should possess justice. So he stresses the point that without this social justice, there won't be any kind of political democracy, because we should have to practice democracy in India. This is our aim through our constitution, and we know that India is the largest democratic country in this world. Without social justice, this democracy, this political democracy is nothing. While he is telling about the positive sides of the Indian Constitution, Ambedkar is always conscious about the challenges of nationhood and the challenges of the Indian nation in future. India's caste system prevents true nationhood. We know that the most important challenge which is faced by a country like India is that the caste system. We know that India has a lot of religions, and each and every religions have many castes. Numerous castes are there in India, and these castes are not at all offering equality. So caste based hierarchy is there in India. It is a threat to the nationhood, threat to a consciousness that India is a nation. Then caste divisions breed separation and jealousy. We know that the caste separation, that is a lot of castes are there, and each and every caste are in a kind of grudge with each other. They are jealous to each other. This won't give any kind of unity in a nation like India. Fraternity is essential to unity and solidarity. We are equal, that is, all Indians are equal, and we have equal rights. We are practicing fraternity and equality. We know that the caste hierarchy does not allow people to the consciousness of fraternity, and they won't think that a high caste member is a brother to the low caste member. This is a threat to the solidarity or unity to a country like India. He questioned whether India is truly a nation, yet it is not at all a nation, because we are a group of people who are quarreling on many grounds like region, then caste, religion, then race. All these disparities are there in India. Real nationhood requires overcoming caste-based inequality. So, in order to make India as a true nation, what should be done at first? We should have to forget about our religion and our caste, and we should have to think ourselves that we are living in a country like India, and we are one, we are united, we are Indians instead of our respective castes. At last, towards the concluding part of his speech, Ambedkar is reminding the people of India regarding their responsibilities after independence. At first, he is telling that independence brings responsibilities, not just joy. We are independent now. No other external power is ruling us, but it makes us very responsible. We should have to do a lot of things to make India as a nation, or to build India as a nation. We can no longer blame the British for our failures. Now, British people or the British government is no longer our rulers. We are independent. Indians are ruling us. We are Indians. Okay, so British government is not at all responsible for our failures now. So a new ideology, that is democratic ideology, is being practiced in India. People may prefer government for the people over by the people. That is, A government is there for the people, but we should always remember the fact that the government is by the people or from the people. So the people are electing the government. Okay, so the government will be responsible to fulfill all the demands of the people. This is being going to practice in India. So this is the condition in India, and he is reminding the people of India regarding the democratic values and the present condition of India. And he called for action to preserve democratic values. As we are Indians, we should have to preserve, we should have to keep all the democratic values to be successful. Then only India will become the largest democratic country in this world. All Indians will get equality and justice. So, by these words, Ambedkar is concluding his speech. Hope you have understood this video. As always, I am telling, please take a notebook and jot down the points in the screen in order to get or in order to experience better concentration. Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening.